It was all a scheme. I used to read Word Up magazine. Listen, baby, can we talk about the schemes out that's going on right now? Okay, can we talk about it? Like, I mean, Sky Squad, we back in the building, okay? Back in the mother freaking building. And we got to talk about a couple of things, okay? We got to talk about a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the BS, okay? Now, what scheme is this? Last week we had talked about Kim Zolciak. Shout out to our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk for doing the good work, baby, for doing the good work. All right, so listen. Last week we talked to you guys about Kim Zolciak posting, "I'm excited to be a grandma." Okay. And basically, you were thinking that she was announcing her daughter's pregnancy, but it was really an alleged clickbait scheme that pays Kim per click. Okay. So we talked about that and just how, downright low down that felt. Okay. We talked about it now. We talked about it. Talked about it, talked about it, talked about it. And you would have thought, okay, you would have thunk that in betwixt then and there, something would have changed. Okay. I mean, something would have changed. But has anything changed for Kim Zolciak? I don't know. Because the new report is that she is expecting herself. Oh, okay. So the headline reads, y'all believe her? Kim Zolciak seemingly announces that she's pregnant nearly 2 weeks after lying about her daughter being pregnant in a clickbait scheme. Okay, so let's look at the post here. Okay, it says, "Oh, baby, what a way to end 2023." Okay. And then there's the baby emoji right there for those of you guys who can't, who can't really tell what that is. All right. There's that. Yes, the baby emoji and the little heart emoji as well to go along with it. Yes. Yes. Don't you see it? So one would, I mean, it might lead one to believe that Kim is making the announcement, right? Right? I mean, wouldn't you think? I mean, come on now. Like, give it to me. Are we not happy? Okay. Are we not happy? Now, if you see right here, it says don't click it, okay? Because there's a link right there. Don't click it. And so the neighborhood talk, God bless them, okay, says the neighbors, y'all think she lying, or do y'all believe her and Croy in there making babies out of financial hardship and anger? Well, let me let y'all in on a little secret, okay? Because when you head on over to the In Touch Weekly, you will find that Kim Zolciak is being slammed by fans for fake pregnancy announcement, broke to the point of lying. That's the quote. You see it right here for yourself? Broke to the point of lying. Of the lies, baby. Lies. Using lies as alibis. Okay? Lies, lies. Now, see, if you click on that link, okay, it's going to take you to an old article from September 2022. So it's not, and it's where Kim was celebrating the pregnancy news of a friend. Now, the people are upset. The people are upset at this, okay? Because we see them going through the toxicity of this divorce, the back and forth, the police being called seemingly, every other day a week, you know what I'm saying? And then you making it seem like y'all up in there making babies in the struggle. And it's kind of like, girl, stop it. Stop it. Okay, stop it. Now people like if you thought that you were losing credibility before, girl, you about to lose more credibility now. Why would you do this to your fans? Why would you do this to the people that was at least showing you a modicum of support? I mean, you selling wigs that you didn't want, okay? You selling Chanel bags that's priced at a price that they not even selling for in the stores allegedly, okay? So your price is higher than the price that be selling in the store. That's from what I had seen in just a few days ago, allegedly. Let me say the alleged, okay? So you got all these plans and schemes for you to make a coin. You should not be doing this clickbait type thing, and then they be to articles that ain't even in the calendar year. Now, September 22 is a relevant date for you because that was allegedly a date where you stopped paying a lot of these bills. If anything, if you want to take something back to September 2022, let the people know that that's when you stop paying some of these bills. How about that? Stop scheming these people. Like that to me right there is just like, because then you don't really know what kind of link you're going to be clicking on. So now you can't trust. Is this a phishing link that could, that would potentially like, have some type of malware attached to it? Like you just don't know in this day and age. So that's why I'm saying to you, Kim Zolciak, not that you listening to me because you and Croy, I mean, you might be over there bumping and grinding, okay, and doing whatever y'all do in the struggle, okay? So I just stop it. Just stop it, lady. Stop it. Okay? Now you know who else I need to stop? Yup. Let's talk about it. So, British, I watched the interview with Carlos King, and shout out to Carlos King for doing the good work. And I be trying to read Carlos's expressions as the people be talking, and he definitely be giving you that good old Barbara Walters. Yes, tell me more. Dig the hole deeper, girl. And so I was like, I'm listening to her story, and what I will say about British, I'm just gonna give you my quick thoughts on it. Okay, since we going from one scheme to another, I feel like listening to British speak about her experiences, they're fascinating to me. I mean, we did learn, and to me, the most fascinating thing I learned had less to do with the CPN number that she had allegedly used. Okay, wherein that's where we get this allegation, indictment, or of using somebody some social security numbers. But the more interesting thing to me that I learned had nothing to do with her. It had more to do with Drea. When she said that Drea and Brandy and Malaysia was arguing about whether or not to bring British back in that season, where we heard bits and pieces of Drea telling Brandy about her cancer story was boring. British says they was allegedly arguing about bringing her back. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. In that season prior to, Brandy and Malaysia really wasn't really feeling British like that much, if I remember correctly. And also too, in an interesting business move, British said that she copyrighted Mint Swim in retaliation to Drea coming at her so hard in that season that she was on when she was first on Basketball Wives, and she had that copyright for 6 months. Now, I don't know much about algebra, but I know that, I mean, what did you copyright? Did you copyright or did you trademark, okay, the Mint Swim name and logo? I'm trying to figure it out. Because listen, because I would feel like maybe were you trying to, did you copyright a design? I mean, it felt to me like maybe you got the trademark, maybe you used the wrong terminology, whatever the case may be. That to me was more interesting than her explanation of why she got the indictments. I feel like what she talked about her and the indictments and, why she pleaded guilty to these things and pretty much basically given a confession. These are my confessions. I felt like it was the classic story. I mean, she basically talks about, she said something interesting to me. She said, if you ain't indicted in St. Louis, that means you ain't getting no money. But in the same breath, she talked about all these people doing all of these things is so commonplace in St. Louis. So in my mind, is everybody indicted then? And if you ain't indicted in St. Louis, you ain't getting no money, that means that everybody, that must mean that everybody getting indicted. So if you looked at everybody getting indicted, why would you do these things? But then in the same breath, you saying that, well, everybody doing it, well, did they all get caught too? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So if everybody was getting indicted, why would you therefore follow in their footsteps? Okay. Or was it really that everybody that was doing it wasn't getting caught because most likely those people were not on the television? So yeah, the government probably not even looking for these people to be doing anything because they ain't really studying about them because they ain't known across the nation. Okay, they ain't on the television show. You know what I'm saying? And from what we see, they do like to make a little bit of an example of the people on the telly. Now, Teresa Giudice and clan excluded, because that's what I'm gonna say. And I don't mean no harm by it, but we just know that's the case in this country. No shame in it. No shame in it. It is what it is. Black folk just can't do the same things, right? Because she feels like her sentencing was too harsh. The judge needs to account for the fact that she got a daughter and things like that. And I'm like, girl, no, maybe you should account for the fact that you got a daughter. Okay, how about that? But anyway, I do feel like she's learned a lesson. But I just found some of her logic to be kind of faulty, especially coming at a stage where she talks about being a different person now at 31. I thought she was a little older than that. And not that she looked older or nothing like that. It's not that. I just thought she was. And and then being more mature at 31 than she was at 23 when she did the show. And we learned that I think that they were considering her for Basketball Wives Orlando because the only big name that we had on there was Megan James, which I also found interesting, right? But then she was shocked and awed that she was fired from the radio station when they found out that she was, that she had pled guilty. When she pled guilty, she was shocked to find out that they fired her. Now, well, girl, why would they not? You're not going to be around that much longer. So, I mean, why would they keep you? Then the reason I got the CPN thing up here is because for me, I was like, as she was talking about it, she was like, yeah, I was working with a credit repair person or something like that, or credit expert. And in my mind, is this person in jail too? Did you have to snitch on them? Because I sure enough would have. Okay. Sure enough would have. Person A told me to do this. I hired them for a job and they gave me a CPN number. Now, see, for me, not really even understanding what a CPN number, all I did, because she said she didn't know what it was. Oh, I thought it was just like it was going to repair my credit. Girl, if she talked about her situation being so bad, Lorenzo not having worked in 3 years, why wasn't he working somewhere? Why wasn't he going down to the factory down into the St. Louis? Why wasn't he going down to the FedEx place or something like that? Why wasn't he going down to get any of these number of jobs that's out there? Okay, that's number one, because you're talking about and so you got to protect the family and save the house that's in foreclosure. Okay, so we're gonna work with that, right? So if you got it bad, I got it bad. If you got it so bad, baby, file for bankruptcy. That's what the rich folks do. Okay, file for the bankruptcy, because the moment that person told you about a CPN, the first thing that I would have been doing was Googling. And do you know what you Google? What happens when you Google CPN? Let me tell you, it's right here on the screen for you. It says, find out what CPN numbers and why they are dangerous. So for me, a simple Google search would have told you, I don't know, baby. I don't know if I want to do this. And I don't know if you're the right credit repair person for me. From there, it just sounded like a downward spiral of things that she was doing that she knew was wrong, okay, and that she now regrets. And I'm not here to judge the woman. I just feel like there's some logic in my mind that I felt like was very, very flawed in her thinking. But it also sounds like a part of this is being a product of the environment. But you gotta also think, because you are on this platform, like it's gotta be other ways, not to mention all this gambling that she was allegedly doing. She admits to a gambling addiction and things. I'm just like, girl, no. Okay. If you spending $50,000, okay, down to the casino, we venturing into Kim Zolciak territory. Okay. We really are. And we see where Kim Zolciak is today. I just, I didn't even intend to get myself so worked up today. I really didn't. I just came to tell y'all what was going on. But a part of this space in this commentary is I got to give you my thoughts about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just realizing I'm a little frustrated with these things right here. Okay. Speaking of frustrations now, okay. Let's talk about the divorce that just didn't seem like it would ever end. It is finally over. Kenya Moore is divorced from the Marc Daily. She says, I'm excited for this new chapter. She gives the exclusive to People magazine. Jasmine Brand got the report on the story, but the Neighborhood Talk take the story a little further, okay? Now, how they take it further, because I'm about to tell you right now. Now, apparently, Marc Daily is now requesting that Kenya Moore pay $521 in child support, okay? Now, okay, 521. This is according to Radar Online. Now, he filed a proposed permanent parenting plan and proposed child support addendum, all right, I guess to this divorce, because allegedly he only makes $5,000 before taxes, and Kenya makes $50,000. I'm assuming this is per month, for taxes. So he's asking the judge grant him $521 in child support. Now, let me I'm gonna throw this out there because I don't know this to be true. However, comma.org. What I do know is I would need to know what type of business what his business structure is for his business. Now, is he still running the restaurante? Because I would have to wonder if that was under like an S corp or an LLC where he was paying himself. Because at that point, you can also determine your own salary, especially when you have an S corp. From my understanding, okay, limited understanding. Now, I'm not a tax expert. I'm not a financial expert. I simply know a little bit about this personally. So you can pretty much pay yourself what you deem appropriate under certain business structural guidelines that are perfectly legal. And so I have to wonder, is that $5,000 per month something that he set so that he don't have to pay no more? Okay, he don't have to pay nothing and he can get some money. Because basically, like, your business could be making X amount of dollars per month, right? Your business. But you on paper, for what you pay taxes for, you personally, you could be listed as an employee of your business, and you could set your salary at, let's say, $5,000, $4,000, right? Now, you're going through a divorce, and you can say, oh, you know what? Sorry, don't change this salary. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what he did, but I'm just wondering how his business is set up to where he's only making $5,000 per month, especially with living in the state of New York and him having the restaurante. I would have to wonder, again, like I said, how is the business set up? That's a good question, right? I think it is, because that's what my spidey senses would be wondering. Well, let me look at the business financials before I make that decision, because you might be able to change that your salary to make a bit more. Now you're gonna have more taken out in taxes, but I mean the tax is gonna be what the tax is gonna be, business and personal. So I'm just interested to find that out. I mean, if there's anything there that we can possibly look over, not that it's our business, but since it's out there in the news, I just figured I'd let you know. So anyway, those are today's stories. All I got for you guys right now. I'm about to go and run some errands. I got things to do, places to go, people to see. Babes, that's all we got for you right now. Make sure you guys leave your comments in the chat. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this. Did you watch the British thing? Are you clicking on Kim's links? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will catch you in the next video.